There's a reoccurring pattern in failing relationships almost nobody talks about. Yet it silently destroys attraction in these relationships every single day. A woman starts to disconnect, not understanding why her attraction is fading. A man becomes confused, feeling as though he's trying so hard, yet in vain. Both are saying the same thing. I don't know what happened. But what if the issue isn't communication? What if it isn't effort? What if the real problem is something far more fundamental? The absence of the masculine no. And before you click away, no isn't what you think it is. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some men are effortlessly attractive to women and stay that way. Some women lose attraction despite men feeling like they are doing everything right. And why the feminine yes cannot function without the masculine no. Let's dive in. When most people hear masculine no, they imagine rejection, control, coldness, emotional shutdown. They would be incorrect. Masculine no is containment. And as I've mentioned in my previous videos on containment, it's structure, it's direction, it's the ability to hold shape so the feminine doesn't have to. If the feminine is expansion, the masculine is form. If the feminine is the wave, the masculine is the shoreline. And this is the part men and women misunderstand the most. So stay with me, because this is where attraction lives or dies. Picture this. The woman in your life comes to you with ideas. What if we did this? Oh my God, what if we changed that up in the room? I just had the best thought, hear me out. We're gonna need a small loan, 6 gallons of paint, some chickens. You see my point. These things are beautiful, even if they don't come to fruition. It's exciting. It's feminine energy doing what feminine energy does. She's pulling new things into your life. But here's the trap. If you perpetually match that energy, if you say yes to every idea, every feeling, every impulse, you're not going to create harmony. You're going to create chaos. You're going to create movement without direction, a roller coaster with no brakes. Containment is that brake. Not to kill momentum, but to make the ride thrilling without making it dangerous. And here's the thing. Women don't consciously think, yes, he provided 68% containment today. Exactly what I needed. They just feel it. They feel their nervous system relax. They feel grounded. They feel safe to open. If you've ever wondered why that calm, grounded man has a certain magnetism to him, you're starting to see the answer. But what of that other man? The man who tried so hard and meant so well. The man who feels like he's doing everything right, but is somehow only pushing her farther away. The man who says yes, way too much. Yes, of course. Yes, whatever you want. Yes, let's do that too. And he's not just saying yes to her. He's saying yes to everything. Every feeling, every impulse, every urge, every temptation. He thinks he's being loving and completely open. But to the feminine, it feels smothering. It feels like instability. Because here's the truth most men never hear. When she pulls inward, there must be something solid to meet her. Not a man who collapses into her space. Not a man who lets emotion toss him around. Not a man who is so eager to please that he abandons who he is on a fundamental level. That man thinks he's moving closer, but energetically, he's creating distance. And the feminine cannot expand into something that has no shape. So, she shrinks. Her attraction dips, and she can't explain why. She feels like she's carrying the relationship. and polarity dies a quiet death. Not in arguments, but in imbalances. Because when a man says yes to everything, the feminine doesn't feel supported. She feels alone and burdened. And that's when attraction starts to fade. Quietly, slowly, without either person understanding why. So let's talk about what she feels in that moment, and why so many women can't explain it. When describing their relationships, I have heard so many women say things like, "He's good to me, but I feel like I have to be the strong one. He's great on paper, but something is just not making me feel taken care of. He's really nice, but he won't take the lead. He's always waiting for me to do it, and I'm exhausted." And this is, in fact, feminine exhaustion. Because when she pulls, and nothing pushes back, when her wave hits the shoreline, and the shoreline collapses, she becomes the masculine force in that relationship. The one who says no to life when she naturally wants to say yes. That is the death of her femininity, and the death of his masculinity, and neither person knows how it happened. So then if saying yes to everything destroys polarity, and saying nothing creates distance, then what does the healthy masculine actually do? Well, here's the truth. Most men aren't avoiding masculinity in this sense. They've just never been shown what a grounded no even looks like. Many believe no means never opening up or shutting down in every situation. And as I've said before, and will continue to say, masculinity is the art of meeting the moment. The art of doing what is necessary. When openness is required, you open. And when boundaries and groundedness are required, you provide them. Femininity will always show you the shapes she wants you to become. It is your responsibility to become the shape necessary to contain her. And in order to do that, we must understand the feminine yes and the masculine no are not opposites. They are choreography. The feminine says, yes, let's bring life inward. Let's imagine, expand, open. And the masculine responds, no. Let's choose. Let's direct. Let's protect what matters in this moment. This is what creates that polarity. This is what creates desire between the two. And this is what creates peace. Women do not just want structure. They want structure that they can push against. And men do not just want to provide containment. They want to be received into it. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that boundaries and containment are not about control. Rather, they're about doing what is necessary. Nothing more, nothing less. And when a man learns to stand firmly in his no, and a woman feels safe enough to open up into her yes, the relationship finally stops fighting itself and can finally start to breathe again. If this resonated with you, I invite you to join me here for future videos as we continue to explore this dynamic. Until next time, ladies, gentlemen, be good to each other.